I will not let you.
Rumor has it they only take one gal per town. Terrible, awful, murderous things.
Pearl frequently fantasizes about escaping to a life of celebrity as a dancer in movies because she feels suffocated by life on a family farm where she must help her German mother Ruth, who is dominating and verbally abusive, care for her disabled father. Pearl also has troubling cravings that frequently result in violent behavior, such as killing a goose on the spot with a pitchfork and feeding it to a crocodile in the property's pond. Pearl cycles to the local movie theater to watch a movie with chorus girls. After that, Pearl runs into the theater's flirtatious projectionist, who wins Pearl over by supporting her quest for glory on the silver screen. Pearl explains that, despite being in love, her husband Howard is presently serving in the military abroad. The projectionist still hands Pearl a frame from the movie she just watched and says she's welcome back whenever. During Pearl's bike ride home, the movie frame crashes into a cornfield. In a clearing where Pearl is searching for it, a scarecrow captures her attention. Despite initially shouting angrily that she is married, Pearl imagines the projectionist to be the scarecrow and utilizes this to her own amusement. Mitzi and Margaret, Howard's affluent mother, pay a visit to the farm. Because Ruth sees Margaret's offer of a cooked pig as charity, she declines it. The moment Pearl has been waiting for arrives when Mitzi informs her about a traveling chorus line that will be holding local auditions. Pearl sneaks back to the movie theater throughout the night. The projectionist continues to support Pearl's quest for fame as she tells him about the audition. In addition, he shows Pearl a pornographic movie, which sparks a discussion about whether it is better to chase dreams or face reality. Pearl casually remarks that it would be simpler if her parents passed away. Pearl muses about how her husband Howard promised to take her away and how it would be simpler to leave if she didn't feel like she was abandoning her silent father the following day as she considers feeding her wheelchair-bound father to the crocodile. Before Pearl can push the wheelchair down the pier, Ruth interrupts her. Later, Pearl crushes an egg in her hand while imagining her spouse exploding. Ruth orders Pearl to stay in the bunkhouse during a storm to quarantine due to the spreading epidemic after learning that she snuck away to see a movie. Pearl adamantly informs her mother that she will attend the dance audition to see if she can have a better life than the one she currently has. Ruth assures Pearl that she will fail and makes a suggestion that she is aware of Pearl's actual character. The two women get into a heated fight over having to give up their wants and needs for demanding spouses. A physical altercation follows. Ruth accidentally sets her clothes on fire during the battle, which leads her body to burst into flames. Pearl first shocks Ruth by dousing her in water, but she later carries her burned body down the cellar and imprisons her there. Pearl's father is still helplessly horrifiedly staring at his daughter while being paralyzed. When Pearl arrives at the theater, she falls asleep with the projectionist. Pearl awakens in the morning from a dream in which she is performing for her devoted family, including Ruth, who has a disfigured face hidden beneath her plague mask. As he takes Pearl back to his house, the projectionist notices the pig Ruth rejected snatching maggots off the porch. Pearl brings her father to the projectionist after privately regretting leaving him at the table. When Ruth starts thudding in the cellar, Pearl tries to pass it off as a dog while the projectionist and Pearl head to her bedroom and start making out. After Pearl presents certain barnyard animals and the projectionist catches her in a falsehood about the dog, he suspects Pearl might be mentally ill. Pearl screams at the projectionist as he prepares to depart, accusing him of rejecting her and abandoning her on the farm. When the projectionist tries to leave in his car, Pearl kills him with a pitchfork and dumps both his body and vehicle into the pond. When Ruth tries to climb out of the cellar, Pearl kicks her back down. Then Pearl suffocates her dad. Dieth Ruth. Mitzi and Pearl first meet at the dance audition. Pearl is adamant that she must be the person chosen from this community to go. While performing, Pearl envisions a beautiful musical act, but the judges reject it. Pearl shouts she is a star and begs for help while having a horrific breakdown on stage, visualizing the judges as her disapproving family. Takes Pearl home with her. Pearl openly speculates that something might be amiss with her and that her mother was correct to say that she should never leave the farm. Mitzi pretends to be Howard in order to help Pearl cope, and this encourages Pearl to come clean about her affair while also admitting how unhappy she is with her marriage. As Mitzi notices Pearl becoming emotional and hostile, she worries more and more. Mitzi asserts that she was chosen by the dancing judges in response to Pearl's continuous requests that she reveal the information she allegedly already knows. Mitzi is accused of receiving everything she wants, says Pearl fiercely. Mitzi tries to leave, uneasy about the shift in tone, but Pearl pursues her with an axe and mutilates Mitzi's body. Pearl's divided family dream forces her to arrange her mother and father's corpses around the dinner table with the maggot-riddled pig in the middle as she comes to terms with the fact that her life is no longer about getting what she wants but rather making the most of what she has. When Howard gets home, the dining room is in a nightmarish atmosphere. Howard's eyes are wide with shock and amazement. Pearl gives him a warm greeting and smiles broadly before breaking down in tears once more.